is how much do you wanna do a you know what?
Like 90%?
Ooh, that's actually really low for you and you know what's.
Yeah, normally my standard is like 110%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Like
the first time you've been under 100 this is the first time you've been under 105%.
my baseline is 100%.
Yeah.
Then I just need to know how much more than 100% I have to go.
I think there was didn't you get up to, like, 200% once?
That's healthy, right?
I mean, occasionally, it's not healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. You always give 100% in all at all times for all things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you collapse at the end of
Uh-huh.
the day.
Then you know you've had a good day when you collapse into bed.
Look, a quick 16-hour nap, and I'm
Oh,
ready to do it again.
yeah. Actually, I mean, sort of actually true.
Yeah, no, I burn myself out a lot.
Yeah. How do you not go 100%? I don't understand.
I have no idea. I have no, what's it called? Like, when you
Regulator?
yes, regulation. I have no regulation whatsoever. I don't even know the word.
It's either 0 or 100.
0 or 100.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's either over 100 or under 0.
Right, yeah, it's either 110 or -5.
Either way, I am, like, damaging myself to either do it or stop do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
There's
know,
no middle ground here.
life what even is middle ground? I have never been reasonable in my life, and I refuse to start now.
Yeah. If I wanted to be reasonable, would I be here in my car
Doing
doing a crafting show
a
before
secret show?
what? It's been happening the whole time. What?
Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary. 'Cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize
To anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie.
has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggly-dum-de-doo-da-terrio-dee, dee, a fwit-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before? Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Crafting, crafting, crafting with Joshi and Cubby. What will we make today? What is the dice of the day? Crafting, creating, collaborating. What would an octopus say? Trivia questions, hooray! Creating, clickbaiting, can't hardly waiting for the crafting show. A crafting show with Cubby and Shoshi.
That's us!
Oh boy, it's happening.
We're here! Somewhere!
No, it's the Calendar Boys. We're back again with the new calendar.
Ooh!
All times are at Eastern time. So
Ooh.
if you're like me and you're on the West Coast, you gotta convert it. You gotta do a 3-hour thing.
And
It's
if you're
very
like
easy.
me and you're a cowboy, you gotta convert it into old-timey cowboy time units.
Yeah, which is pretty much the same as regular future time units, but you could say them in a made-up accent.
Thanks, Guilty! I almost hurt myself on that vowel.
But you know what? You didn't, and you should feel proud of yourself.
I'm always proud of myself when I can get through a sentence without injury.
Yeah, me too, and you should be.
It's not easy.
No. People who aren't professionals like we are don't realize how much work goes into just speaking and talking and moving.
Some words are very hard to say, for the record.
Yeah. Some movements are very hard to do.
Oh, I've noticed.
Sometimes they want you to like walk to the other side of the room and pour yourself a cup of coffee. And
that's more than one thing. That's a sequence of actions, for crying out loud. Did they even think this through?
While saying lines and being in character.
What?
very hard.
Oh my goodness.
It's very hard. So as you can see, hello everyone. Welcome back to the crafting show. As you can see, I'm still in my car because we're still doing student runs of Midsummer and Winter's Tale. So for my craft today, I'm going to try and do a hair thing. This is not it. I'm just preparing for it. I got these like lovely like fake braids. And I've been trying to figure out how to put them into my hair for like, I don't know, like a month now. So I've watched some tutorials. And we're gonna see what happens. If I don't like it, I'm just gonna take it out. We're not gonna worry about it. But it might be fun to have like some long braids in my hair for midsummer. So we'll see if I can make it look good. And if I can't, no harm, no foul.
Car crafting USA. Car
Car crafting USA.
USA.
We're in the car and we're crafting in the car. Crafting, car crafting.
I also kind of really just want to see you like going around an event holding that braid in one hand and a knife in the other.
How do you know me so well?
Like maybe some other braids just like attached to your belt like trophies.
Yeah.
And then, when anyone asks about it, you just play it really cool. Hey, Shoshi,
Ooh.
what's with the knife and all the hair?
Okay, you had me up until playing it cool. I don't know if that's a thing I can do.
It is a thing you can do because you are an actor.
Oh yeah, I can. Oh yeah. If it's a character, I can do it. But real life Shoshi being cool, playing it cool.
Well, that's why I said playing and not, being.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That relieves me. Yeah. Real life Shoshi playing it cool is like, I'm being so calm right now.
I thought you said you couldn't play cool. That was so cucumber-esque.
Ooh, I was like a drink of water on a hot day. Cool.
Yeah, you are hose water, baby.
Yeah. That's what they call me. Hose water green. That's my name. Don't drink me too fast. So I'm trying like a fake braid thing. But I want the placement to be right. There we go. I think that's right. Yeah.
That's fair. I brought some dice.
Oh boy.
To of day it, as it were.
You got to do the thing.
Oh, right. Yeah, on the bright side, I'm really ready to do that. And like it's going to be really seamless.
I can't tell when it happens. It played for me. It played for me this time.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect, because I had already decided I was going to wait till you said something.
I was hoping you were.
Yeah.
I
would have told you, but it would have ruined the surprise for everyone.
Yeah, including me.
So I'm gonna start. It's fun because a couple of my more recent additions to my like kind of specialized sub collections and all. I recently made one to like the same overall collections. One of them really nice and I love them, and the other one kind of meh.
Okay.
So I'll start with the meh one because that's what I got, which is and it's basically DM dice, Dungeons and Dragons dice, you know, like stuff to help a role-playing session.
Ooh, okay.
Specialized dice for that.
Cool.
So first I have these, which come in a very nice bag called Scrying Stones. And these are, well, that's lost forever.
That was perfect.
They're big, chunky dice, which is nice.
Yeah.
They have some good designs, but some of the design work, oh, I can just see that dice that fell. Ah, I got it. So I feel like to highlight it is, so like it's got a weather dice, it's got a terrain dice, both 6-sided, and it's got some like instant character stuff, which is a good idea. But like, you look at the weather dice and it's not too bad. It's got some nice design work. I kind of wish
that a
there was a
burger?
little...
Is that
What?
burger weather?
Actually, this is a really nice extreme heat.
Oh, it's like a desert in the sun. I see it now. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
But the terrain dice is very hard to read.
What is that forest?
Well,
That's
this
forest.
I think this is forest. This, I think, is like hills or something.
Oh yeah, I think it's like mountains.
And then this is like a savannah.
Savannah, yeah.
But it's not, honestly, if anything, the contrast for the mirror, I think so.
Okay.
The contrast is a little better on camera. But you can see it's not the easiest. No idea what this is.
Yeah.
I give up on this one.
A dead forest or something? I don't know.
Like, there is a guide thing, but like, I mean, you should be able to roll it and just kind of get a vibe from it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, open to interpretation. Because, like, it's not like you want to limit yourself to 6 different places, you know?
Yeah.
So there's this one is like a character race die, elf, dragling, little goblin
guy,
woman. There's that elf again, little dwarfy dude. And then there's only 6-sided, and one of them is mysterious, unknown. Like, you couldn't have thought of a 6.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's like, they're not bad. They're just honestly not quite as good as other things in the same. Like, you can get better ones. Yeah, he does kind of look like a hacker. That's a hoodie.
Yeah.
That's not a cowl.
So Unabomber.
And like, there's a random items thing, like if they get treasure.
Oh, okay, that's fun.
Roll it. And I will say, I think the only... so this one is to go with the, like, instant character, and it's a character quirk trait. So there's lucky.
Oh.
There's, I think that's quiet, missing a limb, very talkative, has a scar.
Huh.
Which is fun, but like, I don't know. That's probably the only, because I really, the ones I showed before, I absolutely have other dice that do that and do it better. But not so much this one. This is a unique little thing, and I like it, and I still don't like love the set, but it's like, I got to admit,
It's
like,
interesting.
yeah, there are some good ideas. It's nice because it's like some of it feels a little boring, a little, I don't know, like not well thought out. But then it's got this, and it's like, okay, that's where the thought went. That's where, like, it did go somewhere,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
like.
That's cool. Is that
Um,
all of them?
there are 7. I think I skipped over. Oh, so this is like a setting. There's like a spooky castle and like a graveyard, I guess.
Ooh.
Some sort of a temple, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for the, yeah, there's 7 of them. They're not bad. I wish they were a little bit smaller for as, like, for, but also they're already a little hard to read.
Yeah.
But I also recently got these 12-sideds, which are fun little, these are sold individually. They're not as a set, and it's, again, DM dice. There's a treasure dice, and you see these are, I love how clunky they are, and then the illustration is huge and very fun to look at.
Ooh.
So this is a treasure die. Like, you roll to randomly assign. There could be potions, there could be magical weapons. Oh no, it's a trap!
Is that the same company, or is that a different company?
Oh, different company. I'm not really sure.
Ah.
I found the scrying stones just on Amazon. Like, I didn't recognize the company. It doesn't look like they make a lot of, it might be a newer company, or it might be an early foray into role-playing stuff.
Oh, okay, like they make other dice and now they're like, hey, let's get on this role-playing bandwagon.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough to tell. It's very pastless, mysteriously wandered in.
Huh. Mysterious stranger. Like a hacker.
Oh, that's why they have a hacker on the die.
That's them. That's the
Um,
company.
and then this was, I found their website. They're like they sell dice and I think comics. Viridian Gaming, they were called.
That
And
sounds familiar somehow.
yeah. So there's from them, there's a treasure dice. There's a random monster die.
Ooh.
Undead, elemental, aberration. Can't read that. Also a random character class. And traps. 12 random traps. Lightning trap, boulder trap, glyph trap, monster trap, spike trap.
Cool.
Ooh, look at that blade.
Eee.
So those are recent dying. I actually have like little, it's fun because I have small collections of each of these dice types. Like I have a bunch of trap dice.
Hmm.
I would never make it as a GM, but if I did, there would probably be a lot of really, really random things. I'd roll dice perhaps too much.
I don't know if you can.
That's true. That's true. That's just not possible.
Yeah. Because even if you don't use the dice roll, just the random rolling of dice really freaks the players out. And that in itself is a lot of fun.
When I was a young nascent gamer, and I first kind of started collecting dice, the first dice style that was like easy to get was, dice with like something funny on it.
Yeah.
And I found this die at like, I think it was a little convention, and it had a teddy bear for the one. And it was adorable. And in the group I was in, the DM would ask to borrow it. And if ever a character was like in super trouble or annoying them, they would
Yeah.
have them roll the teddy bear die.
And then you knew you were in trouble.
Yeah.
That's really fun. All right, so I think this is working. It's hard to see.
Hmm. Do you want me to make your window bigger?
No. No.
I could.
I don't know. What does it look like?
I mostly see your hand.
Yeah. It's just not the right. I'll keep working on it.
It's not the right angle, I think.
Yeah. But that's okay. I'm going to trust that it looks good. We'll see. I'll keep working. We'll see. Yeah. That's all right. It's okay. Quick, talk about something else.
Sorry, I get this thing when I've just talked about dice for a while when I'm like, I guess it's afterglow is the most accurate. I just need a moment to sit there and just gaze at my lovely dice.
Yeah.
Clickety clackities.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Hold them up for us again to like get in on that glow. Wow. Wow.
Almost dropped it again.
Killing
we could say hello to Hufflepuff. We missed that earlier. Hello,
Hufflepuff.
Hello. How are you, Shoshi?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm tired. I'm working a lot.
That's good. That's a good feeling though.
It is. I'm a little overwhelmed.
Okay.
It's like a little too much. And I'm not sure where the sacrifice should be made.
Well, you're coming to the end of this, like, well, these shows at least, the school shows.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, so that'll be a bit of a break. I'll kind of get my daytimes back again. But then that means my night times go away. Because we go into repertory, as they call it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always wanted to do 2 shows in rep. That's like, that's a dream of mine.
I know. It's really fun. Like, it's really fun. I've been doing it for the kids shows, like switching back between Winter's Tale and Midsummer, and it's nice. It's nice to have the kids shows to kind of like gear you up for the main shows. Like, that's nice how they do that. But yeah, I'm really worried that I like overcommitted myself and now I'm gonna fail everybody. That's the worry.
I feel like that when I have nothing on my calendar. I'm like, I'm gonna let somebody down.
Yeah. I mean, yes, also that too.
Hufflepuff. I am so sorry to hear that. There is no injustice more stinging than being sick on vacation.
Oh yeah.
That's I wish I could burn a city for you. It's
Yeah.
so unfair.
Yeah, that's not fun at all.
Oh, my next question, Shushi, was gonna be how am I?
I think you're doing really well.
That doesn't sound like me at all.
I know.
That's suspicious.
Yeah.
Have I been replaced by some sort of stand-in? Some sort of stooge?
Or is life just like going really well?
That does not seem on the realm of possibility.
That doesn't seem possible. That doesn't seem like a thing. All right. I honestly have no idea how this is going to look, but I'm going to show it to you all in a little bit. And we'll see. We'll make a decision from there.
Oh yeah.
I've really never done anything like this before. And also, I don't know if you can tell. See my hands?
Oh no.
That's not dirt. I've been working on this like set design thing, and I'm really bad about remembering to wear gloves. So I got like paint and plastic foam and like, I just got stuff on my hands. I had gloves. I would just take them off and then forget to put them back on again.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah.
I've
So
been there.
it's stuck to my hands. So it's like, I mean, if I were going to rob a bank or do anything where I needed to disguise my fingernails, like now's the time.
Your fingerprints, right?
Yeah, fingerprints. They can't identify you from fingernails.
Oh, or is that the hot new CSI style show?
Yeah,
Fingernail detectives.
I mean, I would watch a show called Fingernail Detectives.
It's like the only clue is a single fingernail. We need the best.
And that's the premise every time.
Every single show starts like that. Just a different cop holding up a fingernail being like, geez, boss, is this all we have to go on? And then they'll be like, don't worry. I know who to call. It'll be more than enough.
And they're like sexy former nail technicians who like one of them, her like daughter got kidnapped and was like, I gotta use my fingernail technology to find my daughter. And that's like the overarching storyline.
Yes, and absolutely everyone on the team is a tiny Asian woman.
I love this idea.
Cause like, I don't know, it feels like it'd be more racist not to have an Asian only team for the nails.
Well, I think it's gotta be a mix.
All right, but there has to be a lot of Asian representation, is all I'm saying.
Sure. But also I would say Black representation, because that's also like,
you were so right, and that was a huge oversight.
Yeah, no, so it's gotta be a mix. Maybe like no white people.
No, well, because They have to know how to do things, Shoshi.
So no white people?
White people never learn how to do things.
Yeah.
It's I am joking, but it is true. If there's anyone who's going to like object to being taught how to do their own job, they're probably white.
I don't hate how that looks. What do we think? How does it look in the back?
Oh, well, let me make there we go. It's a little bit bigger now.
Messy?
It is messy. It doesn't
Work.
It doesn't not work though.
Oh, okay.
Like it looks like that could be your hair.
Okay.
But it is a big
Mess.
it is a little bit of a big mess.
Okay. All right. I'll think
So,
about it.
Are you planning on wrapping the braid around your head at all or anything?
No, I was just gonna leave it loose.
Okay.
I mean, I could wrap it around.
Well, that would just be like a different look. I just wasn't sure which one you were going for.
Yeah, I would, because I'm a fighting Amazon this time, so I feel like wrapping it around makes me look a little too like cutesy. But also like, I don't know. I might start again.
Yeah,
I'll keep working on it. There might be a better way to do this.
I mean, I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
And that's not a judgment. That's just like.
Oh no, I'm like experimenting. This is all experimentation.
I remember when I was working at the scene shop in college.
Yeah.
And we had to make a giant cliff face. And it was all foam. So it was like put up the foam, shape the foam, texture the foam, fill in the gaps with spray foam. And like, this is the first time I ever worked with spray foam. It is a little bit of pain in the butt.
That's what's all over my fingers right now. Because I'm making a cliff wall.
We had rubber gloves, but like it was so hard getting the foam where we needed it to that we basically gave up, and we were just like, we're gonna get this all over our hands. It's fine. But like later, we couldn't get it off, and we ended up like there was a bucket of sand that we had for like texture to throw into the paint.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And we ended up just washing our hands in the like dipping them into the hands and then just sanding our own hands. Like by rubbing the sand around, we were able to like get some of it off.
That's what so it's made of plastic basically. So acetone will get it off. But it's very uncomfortable to like soak your hands in acetone. Like it doesn't feel great.
No, I learned that from back when I used to paint my nails.
Yeah. So I've sort of been like doing that for as long as I can stand it, and then like washing my hands with gritty stuff, and it's slowly coming off. I should have learned my lesson. I did this the last time I made such a thing, and I was like, this time I'm gonna wear gloves. Same thing. Like, come on, Joshi.
I did find out the secret to manipulating spray foam.
Yeah.
Water.
Go on.
You get like a spray bottle of water.
Okay.
I've a YouTuber I watch likes sculpting spray foam.
I love spray foam, so I would love to learn how to work better with it.
It's so easy. So like he'll make like masks and stuff. So we'll start with like a styrofoam head, put just like covered in plastic or something, just spray foam the whole thing, let it sit for like, I think 10 minutes, and then spray it with water. And the water causes a chemical reaction to the top, which gives it a skin.
Okay.
So he has it, if it ever starts to like break, get sticky, he's got the spray bottle, he can put it on there. But like he just gets a little bit of water and it won't get stuck on his hands at all.
Wow.
And then he's able to like shape it and manipulate it.
Whoa, that is a great tip.
That's right. Water.
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 Oh my gosh, Cubby, you probably just saved my whole life.
Well, like now, because spray foam is pretty cool stuff. I saw this and I was like, I had no idea you could do that. But it really changes the game. And you probably figured it out by now, Kitty, but we're talking about spray foam.
Yeah. Like insulation, like foam
Hi,
insulation.
Kitty.
But I love it. You can make rocks with it. You can like sculpt it a little bit. You can like, but yeah, the spraying the water on it, that is a good hot tip.
Yeah. And like
Take me off the big screen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I
that's okay.
forgot. Ew, that's weird. I don't like this one.
Oh no, that's the no good one. It's too much. There we go. That's better.
That's oof. I'm a reasonable size.
It does look a little better. That other one is actually better for me on my phone because I can see a little better, but I know it's not good for anything else. And it's still not even really that great that much on my phone. So
the aesthetics are off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just off a little bit.
Oh my goodness, Kitty. I cannot wait to hear more. If you want to tell us about it in the chat, that'll be excited. Or we can wait until like, oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. That's a terrible place to be for so long. What airport?
Cause are you in Tennessee? Trying to get home? That's the only human response, is to be miserable about it. We are so sorry for you.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh,
Houston.
Oh, I don't know why I went, oh, like, I mean, any airport is just terrible to be stuck in. It doesn't matter what airport.
I mean, Singapore is not a bad airport to be stuck in, I've heard. That's the only one.
I just found out, I think it's Denver has an outside lounge in their airport.
Ooh.
Yeah, so like then you can at least go outside and get fresh air.
And like the Singapore one, if you're stuck there for more than, I think, 3 hours, they give like a free shuttle tour of the city.
Ooh.
And they have like beds, little like coffin sleepy beds you can rent for like cheap if you just need to like sleep.
Capsule hotel?
Yeah,
I love capsule hotels.
Yeah, this is what I have heard.
I've never been to a capsule hotel, but I love the idea of it.
Same.
Cause like I have definitely been on trips out and about where I'm like, I just want a bed for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
That sounded dirty.
Yeah. Well, I also think someone told me, I don't know if this is like true because I heard it secondhand, but apparently in some places in Thailand, they have like just hookups everywhere for you to hook a hammock up to, and you can just like have a nap. And I'm like, why don't we have that everywhere?
That's my...
We should be able to take naps whenever we want. We should have free public bathrooms and water. Those are the things that we should strive for. If that's a civilized society, I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wait, did they charge you more to shower? $55 for an hour
Oof.
that's too much. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. If you really want to have no, I would just have sex in a public restroom at that point.
Yeah. Houston.
Oh no! Oh, that's horrible, Hufflepuff.
Oh my God. For how long?
Yeah. Are
Did you
you
miss your plane?
Hufflepuff? Are you still in that room?
Oh no.
Because, like, you know,
You never
to
know.
us, you are kind of a disembodied.
Yeah, that's right. We've never seen you in real life. You might still be in that room.
Also, did you ever see that movie? There was a movie about unaccompanied minors. I believe it was called Unaccompanied Minors.
Really? I didn't
Yeah,
know
it was
that.
like a comedy about like kids that are basically snowed in at an airport together and they have some fun and hijinks and bond.
Oh.
It was actually I caught it on like cable many a years ago, and it's like it's okay, and then it ends saying that it was adapted from a This American Life story. And the other weird thing is there was like small Kids in the Hall reunion because the security guards were played by like the all of the kids except for Dave Foley.
Wait, was that story about you, Hufflepuff?
Wait, that means you got out because they got out at the end of the movie, and
Oh, okay.
Hollywood has never changed the facts for a more feel-good story. That never
No.
happens.
Yeah, that's never happened. All right, that's feeling interesting. Somehow.
Oh my, oh, I I can't imagine that phone call went well for them.
Oh my God. That's
Yeah, that's
wild.
my thoughts exactly, Kitty. Oh, I was a little hungry, so I grabbed a snack. I don't know if I told you what I've been eating for breakfast lately, Shoshi,
No, please tell me.
but did you know that you can start the day with a corn dog?
I mean, there's nothing. You're an adult. There's nothing stopping you.
Yeah, there is. Decorum. That's not a
What 'em?
breakfast food.
Do what 'em?
This isn't a corn dog, though.
What?
This is it's a sausage wrapped in pancake batter.
Wow. That's amazing. What a great way to start your day.
And I get all these free sticks. I get a new one every single morning.
Wow.
Eventually, I'm going to have to build something out of all my corn dog sticks.
Do they have jokes on them?
No.
That's okay.
They're not like popsicles.
Yeah. More food should have jokes on them.
I had one that, so like, obviously when you get the joke when you read it and then, you don't get the answer right away. So you have to either see if you already know the joke or try to give your own answer.
Or
And
finish the popsicle.
I have a story where I had one and the stick asked, "What do you give a sick bird?"
Ooh, okay.
And I quite liked my answer. I thought it was better than the one they gave.
Yeah. What was your answer?
I said aspirin.
What? What?
Aspirin, because
Eh,
it's a portmanteau of aspirin and aves, the class that birds belong to.
Oh. Can I guess what the answer actually was?
Oh, please.
Was it?
And now we'll never know.
Oh no, I'm back.
So you cut off.
Was it tweetment?
It was tweetment.
Nailed it.
Did you get that popsicle once?
No, it just the answer just came to me. I just knew.
That's impressive.
Thank you. I thought so myself.
Ah, Ansa's here.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Ansa.
What a rare sighting. Welcome. We're happy to have you. You've caught me in the middle of trying to do my hair. In a way I've never done it before. But I'm going to figure it out. I think I'm coming up with something. I think something's happening here.
Kitty, I just want you to know that, like, I love you for that. I absolutely love. Like, I hope you say something really weird. And, like, the person at the next table has no idea what's happening. Because, in a way, it's kind of the perfect airport experience.
Ha! That's really good. All right. I don't know what's happening here, but I feel like it's something's happening.
What it is, something's happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear.
There's a man with a gun over there. Not really.
Thank you. I'm glad.
Yeah.
But if there was, I bet he would tell you that you better beware.
Yeah.
Singing, stop, children, what's that
What's
sound?
that sound? Everybody stop, what's going down? All right, I'm almost done with whatever's happening here, and then I'll show you. And you'll be like, Shoshi, no.
Well, I wasn't like no. I was just like soft yes. Wait, it can still be the song of the week.
Yeah, why can't it be the song of the week anymore?
Oh,
did we ruin it?
Did we ruin it forever?
Oh man, we always do that.
Oh. The only time I ever did sound design, it was in college, and it was randomly like some terrible show that like nobody wanted to do, and so it was like, fine, I'll do it. I haven't done it before. And like there was one scene entrance, I used the beginning to that song just because it's a great guitar riff, and like faded it out before there's any music. And the professor was like, that's really more about the Vietnam War. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I faded it out before we hear anything. I just thought it was a great, like it gave a nice energy to the song, like. And I was just like, oh, okay, I'll change it.
Sigh. What was the play? Do you remember?
Oh, it was some god awful original thing.
Oh, amazing.
It was not, yeah. I'll be honest, when my department did like an original kind of thing, it usually wasn't the best.
They usually aren't.
And now there is no drama department in that school because the liberal arts aren't a good investment.
Which is ridiculous because the film industry is one of the longest running and most successful American industries. So I don't know what they're talking about.
Well, you know, generally when people say things like that, they're not saying what they really want to say.
Which is that they think those things are dumb and we shouldn't support them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they just want more accountants. They want less independent thinkers and such.
Right. But which is fine. I got nothing against accounting. I actually really love accounting. Um, but
Oh, yeah.
numbers and such. But if you don't have any business, you don't have any accounting.
Well, they it's every it's
You don't really seem to think about that hard.
no, it's they want to make everything quantifiable.
Mm.
It's weird because like I don't know, it's Terry Pratchett in Discworld has an enemy of mankind called the Auditors of the Universe who
Mm.
want to destroy everything that's basically, that you, or Sir Terry would consider great about humans
Right.
because it makes their work harder. It's harder to calculate and it's harder to quantify. So, like, they're the ones who tried to kill the Hogfather in the book Hogfather.
Oh, okay.
Um, and their only goal is just to make everything easier to put on a spreadsheet.
Which,
And
like, you know what? I can understand that because, like, spreadsheets are really hard and it's very annoying when you have to put something on a spreadsheet.
well, it's just like there was
But
a
my
time.
solution, but my solution is why don't we just not have spreadsheets at all?
Well, why don't we just use the spreadsheets for stuff that it's easy to put into spreadsheets?
Right.
That's
Right.
that's why we made spreadsheets to begin with, not for everything,
Yeah.
but for those things that spreadsheets aid with. And like there was a time when I thought that was a metaphor, but it's like more and more I'm like, no, there is an urge for people to destroy everything that makes life worth living simply because it just makes it all easier to quantify.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like there is oh, it's like a thanatos of the soul. Like they want to kill the soul of humanity just because it will make the spreadsheets easier.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to get them spreadsheets.
And it's weird because like what a terrible urge to do such horrible things. Like I honestly believe that this is the urge which is like built the prison industrial slavery complex, because it's very neat and orderly. And yes, there are a lot of people who are only in it for profit, which is the traditional reason for doing absolutely unforgivable things to your fellow humans. But like there are a lot of people who are just fans of that. They're like, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is I don't understand why there are people out there that want to kill other people's life to live just so other people can make a profit.
Yeah. Like they're not even the ones making the profit.
Yeah. Like you're not even selling out, you're just so committed to the concept of selling out. Like Clarence Thomas. It's
Like,
great because they were arguing he's not corrupt. He just honestly believes in corruption.
yeah. I I gotta go
Oh,
soon. I have like 10 minutes. I'm just letting you know.
yeah, Dr. Andy, like, I guess what I'm saying is, in a certain way, I understand when someone is broken like that. Like that is an accessible breakage. Like I understand that urge. I don't understand the people that are just like for it. Sorry. What were you were saying you have a couple of more minutes.
Oh yeah, so I just wanted to see if this, what I've done with my hair. Let's check it out in the back. See how it looks.
Ooh. It
No?
no, it looks I think it looks better than it did before.
Okay.
It still looks like a little wonky,
Yeah.
but I think that's because I'm seeing it way closer
Than
than
anyone
yeah.
will ever see it.
I think from, you know, 5 steps away,
Yeah.
it'll look good.
All right. Well, we'll see.
So like check with somebody on how it looks in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I get to the space, I'll have a better mirror too.
Yeah, and I'm sorry if this is like the least comforting thing I can tell you, but I want to give you as accurate a picture as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, First Circuit was a great word choice, Dr. Andy.
All right. It feels pretty secure, which I'm surprised at.
I like how you used a swoop of your hair to cover the transition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Does that look a little better?
Oh, wait, let me zoom just a little bit. I don't I pretty similar, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just made it a little more secure.
Okay. Well then. Oh! I pressed the wrong button. I took you off the screen.
Well, no one wants that.
Okay. Here's all right.
Okay, good. All right. Good note. Good note, Dr. Andy. Thank you.
And I did again. Only this time I was trying to take the comment off the screen, so I was way off.
All right, I'm going to give it a try. We'll also see if, I'm not sure if I'm able to like fight in this hairstyle.
Ooh.
Like,
That's a make or break it.
yeah. So we'll see. We'll test it out. But it feels secure and it doesn't feel too like heavy. We'll see. I mean, she's an Amazon. It can be a little wonky.
Also, I want to say what my absolute favorite part is.
Yeah.
Is that you've got these super long braids.
Yeah.
And then enough of your like front hair
Yeah.
you can kind of see doesn't go into the braids.
Yeah.
Which means that your Amazon, when she takes her braids off, has the most epic mullet.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Do you know how recent the word mullet is?
Oh, good question. I don't.
It was coined in the mid to late 90s and caught on around the aughts, which is weird because most people kind of have shifted their memories to like put the word earlier than it was actually used.
Yeah.
because the 80s were a much more mulletier time, but at the time it was just called hockey hair. The term mullet was
Hockey
actually
hair.
coined by one of the Beastie Boys who really
What?
hated that hairstyle.
No, that's not true. Is that really true?
It is true.
What is it a portmanteau? Where does the word come from? What does it mean?
It's well, the word is a fish. It's a type of fish, is a mullet.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and I don't know if it was like decided, but it was like basically the idea was to give it the least flattering name he could think of.
Okay.
So great was his ire.
Also, that fish has long hair in the back and short hair in the front.
You know what else that fish has?
What?
A whole lot of unpaid child support. That fish is trash. You heard about bottom feeders? A mullet feeds off of bottom feeders. Goes up to a catfish and asks it for $5.
Oh, so it's an important part of the ecosystem?
Yes.
It
very
serves a
important.
good purpose, and without bottom feeders we would fill up with trash.
You know what I love about our audience and
Yeah.
our comment section is that I can say like the facts I told you earlier, which were hastily remembered on a not so great timeline and a little hazy, and in mere seconds someone is able to confirm exactly it. 1994 Mullet Head was the single that gave us the term mullet.
Amazing. Our audience is the best. Our chat is the best. All right, everybody, I'm heading out to do this show. I'll let you know how the braids turn out. If I get there and look in the good mirror and I'm like, oh, good Lord, what was I thinking? I'll let you know. Okay, I love you all. I gotta go. Bye.
Bye. Have a great show. Have a great fight.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Okay, awesome. So thank you for that, Dr. Andy and Alice. Great call on the Mandela effect. I don't know if y'all saw a recent John Oliver where he had a great running gag on the Berenstain Bears. It's worth checking out. I'll be honest. I used to like put a little effort into pirating his show, which I feel like if I told John Oliver, hey man, I love stealing your show, he'd be like, right on, homeboy. Oh, that's a bad John Oliver. That was too like thing. I'll have to work on my John Oliver specifically. I feel like he'd be cool with it. He'd be like, yeah. Although you feel a little bit not giving him money when he uses it in such wonderfully creative ways, like the offering to buy off Clarence Thomas if he resigns his position, which is, frankly, when all of that stuff came out, what I wanted to do, I don't have the reach, I'm not a celebrity. So, boy, am I glad somebody did something with a very similar idea. But I wanted like a telethon. I was like, if I had the power, I would start a telethon to buy Clarence Thomas back from the billionaires. I'd be like, come on, America! He hasn't made his final offer. Counter, because frankly, when you are in a position like that and you care that little for the rules, like you absolutely, he is as a person not deserving of respect. He has sullied the entire tradition of the court personally, which is, frankly, saying something for American politics and jurisprudence. I'm not the biggest Supreme Court scholar, but I'm willing to believe that it is an accomplishment to besmirch the reputation of any branch of our government. Ugh. Oh, I'm just catching up to this comment. Yeah. No, you know what? I didn't think too much about him. I'll admit it, because there's a lot going on in life. And I was in high school when his confirmation happened, I believe. So like I was aware of it. I was aware of all of the things, but there were so many aspects to that circus that I did not understand at the time. Being a sheltered white male child, that it's taken me literal decades to really understand just how messed up that entire situation is. And I have to say, if you want to dislike that man a lot, then I strongly recommend the You're Wrong About podcast episode about Anita Hill, which is to say that I admire you for being able to read a biography about him and not just be overcome with rage. Just throw the book across the room a lot. Or, as, of course, Dorothy Parker always put it best, she said of a book that it was not a book to be put down lightly. It's a book to be thrown across the room in a rage. No, here's the thing. I honestly don't know if it is possible. I mostly just I feel like he should never stop being mocked for this behavior. Like, he should just never not be a punchline. He's deserving of such little respect, and I feel like there's an obligation to show. I feel like our entertainment news media had an obligation to mock Clarence Thomas, commiserate with his actions, and it was so pleasing that John Oliver did just that. That is, like, I don't know how Justice Thomas felt about being publicly offered a bribe by a televised celebrity, but I hope he hated it. I hope, because it's what he deserves. I feel like that was an appropriate response. It's frustrating that it doesn't solve the problem. Another appropriate response would be maybe to add more justices to the court. There's just so many good arguments. Like the fact that there are 9 justices because there were 9 circuits, and there's more now. So why don't we have a justice for every circuit again? That would be a reasonable choice. But sadly, I guess reason is hot dang! Okay, this is way more important and also less aggravating. And I haven't watched any of the Rings of Power. I probably will not watch it because I don't see the point of watching any streaming show at all. They just get canceled. That's all they do. They just get canceled. And I know they poured a lot of money into this one, but that doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter how many people watch it. It doesn't matter what kind of numbers it gets. It doesn't matter how good it is. It doesn't matter how bad it is. They just get canceled. I just don't see any point in watching original series from Amazon, Apple, or Netflix. I'm done. I'm done. There's not a point. Maybe I'll check them out years from now, but I just don't see a point because they have a proven track record in that they are companies that don't care about the quality of their programming at all. They seem not to be able to tell if a show is good or not. It seems like the executives at Netflix don't know what makes a show enjoyable to anyone. Like it honestly feels like they just don't watch anything at all. They just greenlight stuff off of vibes. So like, I just know that as a company, they will not make good work. Remember when branding was a thing? Like, when did we give up on branding? Like, that used to be everything. Remember? Brand. It's all about brand. It's all about what people associate when they hear your name. And that's like not a thing. I mean, they literally scuttled HBO. Like the biggest, most reliable prestige brand. They just don't care. Like HBO had such cachet, and they oh yeah, we're gonna call our streaming service Max after Cinemax, known as Skinemax. It's well, here's the thing, Dr. Andy. It's not working. It's not working. And they know it's not working. They're just trying to do as much damage to the entertainment industry as they can while they can still make a profit off of it. But they're not making money from Netflix. No streaming service is making money. None of them. It's like Uber or Uber Eats or Good Eats. There is an idea here that absolutely can and should work, but the CEOs have absolutely no interest in making anything actually viable. It's fascinating. They're idiots. Remember when CEOs used to do their job? That's who doesn't want to work anymore. The CEOs. Okay, I am just like tinfoil hat ranting at this point. Sorry, I am so... Yeah, but so they keep greenlighting stuff just so that they have stuff greenlit, because that makes it look like they are making it's maddening. It's maddening and very, very frustrating. But also, thanks for the thing. I love You're Wrong About. I actually have not listened in a very long time. I listened up to the point where Michael Hobbs left to, it was a really easy time to let go because it's a great concept. I would die for Sarah Marshall. Like, I would just, if she needed it, I would, absolutely, without hesitation. Probably Michael Hobbs as well. They're both incredibly charming, wonderful people to listen to. I cannot recommend that podcast enough. And this is coming from a guy who has trouble getting into podcasts. I don't know what it is, but it's very rare that I can actually regularly listen to a podcast. But yeah, and hearing about what actually happened with the trial, not to mention all of the thing, and now I'm sorry, I've talked about You're Wrong About, and so of course the villain in You're Wrong, there's a running joke that ultimately they're like, every problem they look at, they're like, whoa, who's actually to blame? Who's actually to blame? And it's always the same. It's always the same son of a gun. It's always, god dang, Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan broke our country so badly. And I just saw that trailer yesterday. It's finished. There's a trailer. It's coming out. A very bad looking Ronald Reagan biopic. And it's weird that Ronald Reagan would not be a fan of gender neutral bathrooms, and yet his grave is one. Oh, the irony. Dennis Quaid. I'm worried about Dennis Quaid. Inner Space was like a favorite movie when I was a kid. I mean, it helps that it was on cable every other day. It was easy to catch it, but so good. You ever see Undercover Blues? Oh man, who's with? Is it Kathleen Turner? No, it's not Kathleen Turner. It's a spy. It's a married spy couple who are on like, it's great. It's a great action comedy kind of thing. Wonderful, underrated, just a charming little watch. But now he's playing Reagan in it, man. Is his career washed up? So I watched it and I'm like, is it lionizing? Is it critical? It looks like it's very lionizing. It looks like it is. It looks like the plot is young Ronald Reagan decides that he's the only man who can stop communism. And it's his battle against communism, which is hilarious because, I mean, his use of the Committee on Un-American Activities was just so callow. Like, it was obvious he was like, oh, I want to go into politics one day. Like, he's the look. I ultimately don't know how to feel about naming names. It was a tough thing. A lot of people named names to save their career with the permission of the people they named. They talked to them and they were like, look, it's over for me. Name me, just do it. And those people, to various degrees, of course, it's always, I know Arthur Miller was for a long time a very polarizing figure in this regard. But like, I ultimately don't know how I feel because I don't know how I would react in that moment. Like, I'm neurodivergent. I have a strong justice sense, and I don't have a strong desire to fight for myself. So like, it's easy for me to imagine I would act with the utmost of nobility in all situations. oh, of course I don't care about what happens to me. That bastard's gonna get what's coming to him anyway. But like, Ronald Reagan named names and didn't know any names. He was just like, he volunteered to talk to the committee, and he was just like, thank you for meeting with, I'm not gonna, I was like, wait, can I do a Reagan? There are a few, Nancy, there are a few, but I don't care. I don't care enough about Reagan to do a Reagan. He was like, thank you for meeting with me. This is a list of people I'm pretty sure are communists and you should look into. Like, that's literally what he did. He was always a piece of crap. I wish I could take credit for that line. I first heard it when Rush Limbaugh passed, which is, if Rush Limbaugh which I heard it and I was like, yes, we need to, so please steal it and bring it forward because I love it. But when he died, somebody was like, it's ironic, isn't it, that Rush Limbaugh hated gender neutral bathrooms and yet his grave is about to become one. Also, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that's Reagan in a nutshell. That, and I mean, thanks to You're Wrong About, I found out that how he got elected governor of California is because he weaponized racism. We're gonna stop helping Black people that need it. And it's just, it's so frustrating, trying to deprogram yourself as an American, because like every major decision is all very racist, but no one will acknowledge that. Like, we know they know it's bad to be racist, but they are racist and they're making decisions because they're racist. So they say it's about other things. So they just lie. And then you've got, it's so convoluted because you have all of these people who believe the lie, but also like you don't examine it when it's beneficial to you. So it's not like you get a thing. I think Reagan named Bonzo. I think he wanted them to look into Bonzo, but that might have been bitterness for being outclassed and outshined as an actor on every level by the monkey. He did a movie. Whoa! I'm sorry. I just realized that when you take the most right-wing actors going into politics, like what comes to mind immediately is Ronald Reagan, Clint Eastwood, both famous for doing movies with monkeys. Is there? Oh man. Somebody check on Jason Alexander. He's got to be safe, right? It's not just that you do a movie with a monkey and then you end up like, yeah, because Jason Alexander's fine. What's his name? Joey from Friends? He did a monkey movie. He did a monkey baseball movie. Totally blanking on his name. Like, there's, you ever see, he did a recent show about adapting a British sitcom to America, and he's like the star in it. It's very funny, and I am blanking on the name. I gotta say, I feel like I've let my brain switch gears too much today. It's so like, Yeah, but I don't think there was a monkey in that song, which is a criticism in and of itself. Like, is it truly simian representation if there's no simian involved, Mr. Gabriel? Hmm? I hope he's okay. What are some other monkey actors? What actors have worked with monkeys? We've got to check if this is an actual pipeline. Oh, but getting back to that Reagan movie, which, oh man, I don't, as it's tempting to make a joke about hate watching it, but I don't know that there are enough drugs. If there even are enough drugs to make that movie enjoyable, I certainly can't afford that many. So I think I'm just going to avoid it utterly. But I'm like, which way are they going? It looks very lionizing. And then at the very end, they credit the three, I forget who's playing Nancy. Unsurprisingly, but still a little disappointing, the rumor about her being the throat goat of Hollywood are incorrect. It was unsubstantiated. It does make more sense that way, but like, still, there was, for one brief shining moment, it seemed like she had done something for someone at some point. It's a shame that wasn't true. But third build and not appearing in the trailer is Jon Voight. And Jon Voight doesn't get cast in movies that aren't made by political extremists anymore. So that tells you. Also, okay, is there a monkey in Anaconda? There must be a monkey in Anaconda. Where is Jon Voight's monkey movie? That's what I want to know. Where is Jon Voight's monkey movie? Where did it go wrong? I mean, at a certain point, it's almost like you have to ask yourself, maybe the monkey movies aren't to blame. Maybe these are individuals who've made their own terrible choices. But because it can't just be any animal. That's too wide of a net. There aren't enough crazy right wing. Did Dennis Quaid do a monkey movie? Did he do one recently? Because I don't know. He was in that movie 43. He was in the thing that, I mean, a lot of people were in that movie. It's movie 43. Do people remember that? Is this the thing? I'll tell a little bit about it. Is this movie that came out absolutely chock full of recognizable celebrities, just chock full. Hugh Jackman is in it in a vignette with Kate Winslet. I almost said Halle Berry, but Halle Berry is in the thing with Stephen Merchant. Like, just endless celebrity. Dennis Quaid is sadly for him, stars in it. And it's fascinating because basically everyone who was in this movie was tricked into it. The guy who put it on just was basically just kind of went up to celebrities and tricked them into signing up for this movie in some way that was enough of a pain in the butt to not get out of, that they just ended up like doing their scene and just forgetting about it, I'm sure, because I barely remember it. It's a very forgettable movie. It is not funny. I don't remember there being anything like even a little bit funny in the thing. It's like, it feel I mean, it's that kind of torturous thing to watch when it's comedy that's not funny and it just keeps going, but it feels like it writing exercises, attempts to try comedy. I mean, like, I'll tell you what, the Hugh Jackman thing is, the whole premise of his thing is that he has a scrotum hanging off of his chin. That's the joke. And it's a first date. Oh no, he's got balls hanging off of his chin. Oh no. What do you say on a date with that, huh? That feels like that's maybe the pitch. Verbatim. But yeah, so of course I watched the whole thing because I can't, there's some car crashes you just can't look away from. And I do have a soft spot for a movie that just doesn't ever find its footing. Like true fiasco level of horrible. I love a good fiasco of a movie. Also, I gotta say, a lot of movies are considered fiascos, considered failures, considered terrible, and they're so good. They're so good. But kind of the perfect example that always comes to mind, a movie that I grew up loving. My father was a fan of it. One of the most notorious bombs, box office bombs, Ishtar, is such a good movie. It's so funny. It's basically a pastiche of like the old road movies. And the thing is, it's Warren Beatty and Dustin Hoffman star as singer-songwriters. And you're probably saying, wait, I didn't know either of those guys could sing. They can't. They are the worst singer-songwriters ever. Their songs are awful. And there are a few people that if you want your fake songs in your movie to just be amazing, they're who you call. Paul Williams wrote these songs to be bad songs. They are so hilarious. Like, it starts with them like becoming friends, and there's this like montage of them like failing at jobs, and like they are so determined. They're both so determined to become songwriters, and they won't give up. And it's so funny. It's so good. And Elaine May directed it. Ah! They're... Oh. Okay, I have to say, but that's what's so amazing. Like, these songs are so brilliantly bad. They're not in your face awful. They're just like, just the perfect kind of not very good, but it's believable that they think this is a thing. There's this one, Warren Beatty is driving an ice cream truck and he's like ringing the bell. There's a bell there and he's like using it to compose, and he's just driving along and he's going, hot fudge love, cherry ripple kisses, lip smack and back slap and totally delish. And there's kids running alongside the truck trying to get his attention so he'll stop and sell them ice cream. It's so good. But I originally misread that as maybe Muppets, because it is Paul Williams, and Paul Williams, I think we can all agree that musically, the two best Muppet soundtracks are The Muppet Movie, which is absolutely incredible. Every song is a banger. Love it. I even love the weird love song that Miss Piggy sings when she first sees Kermit, which is just so over the top, and it's Frank Oz trying to carry a tune in that insane falsetto. Ugh. And, of course, The Muppet Christmas Carol. And, of course, who is responsible? Paul Williams. I wasn't kidding when I said go to. Really, the only person I think who comes close to, and I won't say who was better. They're both so incredibly talented and brilliant. But the guy from Fountains of Wayne, Adam Schlesinger. Adam Schlesinger, my God, what an amazing, what a genius of pop music who's just able to translate that into character. But I mean, like, the Miss Gem and the Hologram songs are great because it is like a riff and a phrase that gets repeated a couple of times. They had about 10 minutes to write each song. Sometimes 10 minutes to write 5 songs, maybe. And they were not going to miss their deadline. But Paul Williams is, I mean, I have been waxing poetic about the quality of songwriting in the movie Ishtar, but it is, I recommend it. It's a delight. It's a great comedy. It's absolutely tragic. Absolutely tragic that we didn't get more movies directed by Elaine May. I mean, it is. It's the thing about Ishtar doing badly is that it was a weird, the big contention the critics had is that the budget was too high for a comedy. Like, that was kind of the big strike against it. They were like, well, how's it funnier for all this movie? And it had 2 big stars and a lot of location shots in the desert, which all of that drives a movie budget up. And it pays off. It's worth the budget. Also, Charles Grodin is a CIA agent at one point. And so seeing Charles Grodin playing a straight-laced dude, always a joy. Yeah. Sorry. That's me. I hear a movie. I still haven't watched Heaven's Gate. There are quite a few. I have a list, but like sometime, I don't know when the Heaven's Gate, I've heard great things. I am interested about it. I will watch it at some point. It does sound like it's a lot. It does. I mean, it's like a 4-hour and not the happiest. I mean, if I'm going to watch an overlong Western, I still haven't seen Paint Your Wagon, and that's got all sorts of weird polygamy vibes with Lee Marvin and Clint Eastwood. Maybe loving each other? Don't ask Clint about that, though. He I did see an interesting retrospective on that man's career, which basically pointed to Paint Your Wagon as terrifying him from the loss of control. Like, everything Clint Eastwood did after that, he had a lot of power on. I mean, maybe too much power, destroying women's careers and all. What a piece of crap. We're talking about that piece of crap again. I'm tired about talking about pieces of feces. Trying to see. I actually have all of my DM dice out when I showed you these fun 12-sided earlier. and I am looking by, I don't know if anyone remembers, but I had tracked down almost all of these over the years. If you remember, Flying Buffalo as a company, I found out not long ago that they did a Kickstarter 5 years ago to make like really nice versions of the dice that they had made in the 80s and such, that I was able to find in like one at a time through, you go to the game store and there's the loose dice. Did a lot of that. And there is this, and this is incredible. I really love this emotional die. I'll show you that one a little bit closer, just because it actually came with a random monster encounter dice set, which is just so cute. Look at its faces. It's so look. Oh, it's happy. It's happy. Which I have over here, because it's these, well, this 12-sided is a different monster encounter dice, but these 4-5 dice all go together. There's like 3 levels of beast that you might see, and so you roll the dice together. Each of the 3, the green, the orange, and the red, green being the easiest to defeat, red being the hardest, each rolls one of the options. And then you've got this little die that's got 3 greens, 2 oranges, and 1 red. And that tells you which of the dice you encounter. And it's got the little face with let you know how they react to finding you. Absolutely just delightful. And it was the 80s. They were a small company. They're screen printed dice. So they're blank dice with printing on them, which, as we all know, means it can wear out. Like if it just gets rubbed, touched too much, eventually the paint will come off, the ink will come off. So the new version is full on molded. You can feel the faces under your finger. And it's that way for all of them. I have, because they've got a trap dice and a weather dice and a random hit location die and a treasure die and a dungeon builder, like just a bunch. And I'd gotten all of them back in the day. I didn't even realize all of them were made by Flying Buffalo. So that was kind of fun to discover the Kickstarter. Well, I didn't. I wish I had backed the Kickstarter. I wish I'd known about it at the time. I didn't. I was able to find a shop that had a set of them. So I got them immediately because I adore them. And I did. But it's interesting because I know the Flying Buffalo DM dice, but I really don't know who made this style, which is, it's like a marbly kind, and they were definitely in the 90s. But I can't, this is a 6-sided character class die. I'm pretty sure that's got to be cleric. It's got to be like a druid or something. That's totally like a paladin or a fighter, wizard, barbarian, and oh wait, did I miss one? Oh, I think like a monk. I don't know. It's kind of hard to figure it out. They were loose. They came as a thing. It's just like there are DM dice. I don't know if that's the actual name of them. It's how I organize the thought of them. Like this, there's a bunch you can get right now with real clear printing, writing underneath the symbol to make it clear what it is. I have a beautiful alignment pair of dice. It's got 2 lawfuls, 2 chaotics, 2 neutrals, and the other die has 2 neutrals, 2 evils, and 2 goods. So the 9 alignments are the options you get from them. And I dropped one. Dang it. So those are very current. Those you can get out, and they have a bunch of, they've got trap, they've got monstrous encounter. I don't think they have a dungeon builder die. But I don't know if you heard that one. My finger got caught on one of the little dice bags, and it just flew in front of me, and then it landed on the ground and opened up and spilled some. And those were my hit location dice. There are okay. Obvious. I know who you're talking about there, because I know exactly what you're talking about, and that wasn't even starring. Man, writing was not good on that piece. Okay, so it's a little early, but something just happened in that I have to pee pretty bad and pretty unexpectedly. So I'm going to end just a little bit early. We really only had another 10 minutes left, so I do feel bad, but also I'm not really even sure where I was going. I did want to know. I mean, it's worth asking if anyone out there also collects kind of a DM style dice. If you are familiar with the Flying Buffalo, the Unknown Marbled, and the new recent, I mean, if you are, then I hope you know about these Viridian ones I was showing off, because they're great. And if you have these, then they are right up your alley. Some of the modern ones, I'm going to be honest, there are a few of the modern ones I don't have yet because I can only find them for way too much money. So if I find a good deal, honestly, it doesn't stop me if I like the die enough. So well, it does take all kinds. I'm very much a dice head, but I think that's pretty obvious since, like, we have dice of the day specifically to show off my pretties, my pretty clicky clacky math rocks. Ugh, I almost said mouth rocks. Mouth rocks, very different. Hello, Rowan. You're just in time for the goodbyes. I was just saying a slightly early goodbyes. Well, mouth rocks. There's 2 things that come to mind with that. Number 1 would be your teeth. You could call these your mouth rocks. I know mouth bones is more accurate, or outside bones, never forget your teeth are outside bones. But it does remind me. So there is this thing. It's a survival tip that I love, and I love spreading. If you're ever in a situation where you are not able to get fresh water, like generally it's kind of a survival situation. There's not a lot of water. You've got to walk. You basically, you are not going to drink today, but you need to keep going. And what you do is you get a button or a small, very smooth pebble, and you put it in your mouth and you suck on it. And this will cause you to salivate, and then you basically, it stops you from ever feeling thirsty or feeling detrimentally thirsty. It's kind of a good way to keep those feelings at bay so you can get through what you need to. And frankly, it's very much worth repeating. It's a very good survival tip. And we're now even closer to our regular stopping time. It's tempting for me to just blather on for another 5 minutes, but there's something. So I do have to pee pretty badly. So thank you all for joining me and Shoshi. Pretty soon when we see Shoshi, I'm good. I have to check the thing. Is it next week? No. You know what? Next week, I believe we have Shoshi for the whole time. So it's going to be a good old regular episode. So I'm going to be looking forward to that. I'm so happy you all joined me and Shoshi. And happy crafting, everyone. Take care of yourselves and have a great one. Bye.
Crafting, crafting, crafting with Shoshi and Cubby. What will we make today? What is the dice of the day? Crafting, creating, collaborating. What would an octopus say? Trivia questions, hooray! Creating, clickbaiting, can't hardly waiting for the crafting show. A crafting show with Cubby and Shoshi.